Make a stop here. The Cowboys can run it down to virtually nothing. Extra men on the rush. Pass is caught. Deflection. Touchdown. Cowboys win. Amari Cooper.
Do you feel the vibes?
And with that, we say welcome into the show, an Overreaction Monday. You know who I am, sensational Sentell, and welcome to the hottest sports podcast in the South, the best damn sports podcast. Period. Sentell right here live on YouTube. You know, you just heard it. You seen it. You heard it. A big win for the Cowboys yesterday over the Philadelphia Eagles. Basically, to me, ended the NFC East battle. Cowboys will win the NFC East. They will make the playoff this year. And to all my Cowboy fans out there, don't you worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. There will be a Cowboys helmet on the table real soon because you have earned your way. You have earned your way onto this table. So therefore, Cowboy fans, do not worry. Do not fret. My friends, your helmet will be on this table. Again, welcome into the show. Obviously, Overreaction Monday show, but I mean, there's a lot of NFL talk. Just NFL talk. Want to hear from you guys, you know. Phone lines open right off the bat. You want to call in 864-378-5943, 864-378-5943. Call in, react to what you saw yesterday. I'm going to go through some of these scores of the NFL game. We'll talk about the Heisman Trophy that was given out on Saturday. Well, there's a few other things that we can touch on during the show, but this is mostly an NFL show. Obviously, no college football other than Army Navy this past weekend. Go Army. So a heavy NFL show. So if you want to get in, you can get in right now. Your show, man. It's Overreaction. It's Overreaction Monday. So this is your show. But again, to my Cowboy fans, good win yesterday. We'll win the NFC East, and we'll be heading to the playoffs, which would mean that my timeline would be flooded and my life would be miserable for the next month or so. But hey, I digress. Let's get into some of these. Let's get into this NFL stuff. But again, if you want to get in, also poll question on Facebook: who would you have given the Heisman to? I think they got it right, and we'll discuss that throughout the show as well. Kyler Murray won the Heisman back to back for Oklahoma University. Never been done in the awards history. So, golf clap, Kyler Murray. Go through some of these scores of the NFL weekend. No, you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to talk about the Washington Redskins. Just for a second. Oh, you know, the Washington Redskins, you know. They had Alex Smith, leg out for the season. So they bring Colt McCoy, who was the backup. He comes in. He breaks his leg. He's out for the season. So they were down to Mark Sanchez. You know, but fumble. Mark Sanchez. That guy. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, that guy is still in the league. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, he's still in the league. Believe it or not. So yesterday, well, before we get to the game yesterday, you know, Jay Gruden, Washington Redskins coach, was asked about Colin Kaepernick. And yeah, he was discussed. That's quoted by Jay Gruden. Yeah, he was discussed, which I believe was absolutely a lie. Complete false. No way in here they discussed that. No way. None of these teams are. But so he went on to say that they end up bringing in Josh Johnson. who last threw a pass at the time for yesterday was 2011. Hadn't been in the league in a while, but had been bounced around 12 teams, yada, yada, yada. But his reasoning was that he brought Josh Johnson in because he knew the offense. The reason why Mark Sanchez was a good fit because he knew the offense and blah, 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 and on and on and on and on. Yeah. So that's where we are. Now, not to mention that Josh Johnson actually backed up Colin Kaepernick, but that's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. Yesterday, Mark Sanchez goes out and do what we all knew that he would do. 6 of 14, 38 yards. 38 yards passing. 6 of 14 for 38 yards, 2 INTs, including the pick six. Oh my God, you can't make this stuff up, right? You can't make this stuff up. Mark Sanchez, yeah. That's the guy who's gonna save you, Mark Sanchez. Anyway, Josh Johnson did come in. He did some good, nice things. But the game was over. They were getting beat 40-6 at this. So I don't care about any of that. I just want to laugh at the Washington Redskins for thinking that Mark Sanchez was gonna be the guy that was gonna help them hold on. And they was only one game out of first place in the division, so there was still hope. There was still hope for the Skins until yesterday. Now there's no hope. It is over. They won't win another game, and they deserve everything they get. I thought that was funny. Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, had a good game last night. Sunday Night Football. We had two division leaders at the Rams, who at the time 11-1 Rams versus the 8-4 Bears going into the game. And got to give you a tip to the cap to the Bears defense. They were outstanding yesterday, and I thought this performance could be had. And the reason why I thought so, because Southern LA team out there in the Midwest, it was cold, and the Rams wanted no parts of the cold. They wanted no parts of the physicality. They wanted no parts of the Bears yesterday. They wanted 0 parts of that. They wanted to get out of there so bad. They wanted to get out of there so quickly. But it was an ugly football game from an offensive standpoint. I mean, the Bears win 15-6. Rams didn't score a touchdown. How in the hell with Todd Gurley don't you score a touchdown? And we'll get into Sean McVay in a second. But it was an ugly game. Both quarterbacks were horrible, putrid. All other adjectives you want to describe bad quarterback play, it was that. And then some. Goff threw four interceptions. Mitchell Trubisky had 3. Just an ugly football game. I think both quarterbacks combined for just a little over 200 yards passing. It was not pretty at all. But the Bears defense was really good yesterday. And give a credit to them for going out early in the season, before the season started, making a trade for Khalil Mack, just taking a plunge. Got to give them credit. I mean, then they drafted Roquan Smith. So, I grew up. Bears are known for one thing, that's defense. The monsters of the midway. The Mike Singletaries of the world and the Brian Urlachers. And now you got Roquan Smith and Khalil Mack and Eddie Jackson. I mean, they got some guys, man. They got some dogs that just love the game of football, who get after you, and they are physical. And like I mentioned earlier, the Rams wanted no parts. They wanted 0 parts of that physicality yesterday. They wanted nothing to do. They wanted nothing to do with the Rams yesterday. They wanted nothing to do with the Bears yesterday. The game was really over as soon as the Rams got off the bus. As soon as they felt that air hit their body, the game was over because they didn't want to be there. And you can tell they didn't want to be out there. But Sean McVay, I love him. One of my favorite coaches. I love him basically because he's younger than me. So he gets a little too cute sometimes, and they go away from Todd Gurley. And I thought yesterday would be a Todd Gurley type game because he's physical. Now I don't know about the whole Rams team, and I thought a game like that yesterday where the ball was wet because of how cold it was, the moisture or whatever. I thought Todd Gurley should have had 30 carries yesterday. and just been featured more. Just work him, regardless of what he was getting. Just keep pounding it, and hopefully you break something because the game was there for the taking. Because neither offense was doing anything, but Sean McVay continued to allow Jared Goff to throw the football, and it was clear that he didn't have it. The Bears were in sync with what he was doing. They were physical with the receivers at the line of scrimmage. They really missed Cooper Kupp. But he can get too cute. I mean, that should have been a Todd Gurley special yesterday. They should have been turning the ball. They should have been turning around, handing the ball to Todd Gurley, and just calling it a day. But to throw the ball that much in those kind of conditions, that's not smart coaching. That's not good coaching by no means whatsoever. So, good win by the Bears. They're 9-4 now. Look like they're gonna win the NFC North. Get into the NFC North in just a second. Again, Bears over Rams. Rams fall 11-2. Bears go to 9-4. I mentioned the NFC North. Monday Night Football game tonight. We have the NFC North Minnesota Vikings traveling into the Seattle Seahawks. Should be a good game. I just want to brag about Russell Wilson because I bragged about him all season. He's been just magnificent. Russell, 29 TD passes, only 5 INT. Seattle also had the #1 ranked rushing offense in the league. Minnesota coming off a beat down last week. They got just beat down last week. They look horrible last week. Kirk Cousins played poorly last week too. So it'll be interesting to see how Minnesota looks tonight. Seahawks. I would take the Seahawks. They're really good. Russell Wilson's just fabulous, man. Been really, really good. So let's get some of these scores in here. Again, if you want to get in, 864-378-5943. 864-378-5943. Phone lines, Overreaction Monday. So this is your show. I shouldn't have to talk this much on this stage show. This show is supposed to be you people should get in here as much as possible. They like today. Some of these notable games. Not gonna spend a whole lot of time on them. Jets beat the Bills 27-23. Sam Darnold was back. The Packers defeated the Falcons. The Falcons are a freaking mess. Packers' first game since Mike McCarthy being fired, and you can tell that Aaron Rodgers was excited about that because he played his best game of the season yesterday. Now, granted, it was against the Falcons, so I just told you the Falcons stink, and they've been quit a long time ago. But they got a win yesterday. Saints had to battle back and beat the Buccaneers 28-14. They were down 14-0 at one time, but they got back in the game and beat the Bucs, who you should beat. I mentioned the Redskins and Giants. Giants just was all over the Redskins 40-16. And I gotta give a shout out to Saquon Barkley. I mean, he's been just as good as advertised. I mean, he's been sensational, over 1,100 yards rushing. He's been good receiving the ball as well. He's everything the Giants could have asked for. But I'm afraid that's all right. I'm afraid that he's going to end up being a Barry Sanders. I'm afraid because right now the Giants have two things they got to do. They got to get a quarterback of the future. They got to get a good defense. They got to build this defense up. He can be as special as he wants to be, but if you have nothing around him, i.e. a quarterback for sure, and Eli played good yesterday, but Eli's not the future. Eli's done, okay? He's done. So they got to find a quarterback that can go with him, and they got to find defense as well. Chargers defeated the Bengals 26-21. Chargers 2 weeks in a row without their best player. Melvin Gordon's been out 2 weeks in a row. Chargers get the win yesterday. One with the Bengals, who started Jeff Driscoll. Florida fans will remember Jeff Driscoll. He started yesterday. He actually didn't play horrible. I mean, he did the same thing Andy Dalton would do, especially without AJ Green being on the field. So, shout out to Jeff Driscoll, who took a lot of flack when he was down in Florida. Now he's an NFL starting quarterback. So big ups. Lions defeated the Cardinals in one of the most boringest game you would ever see. 17-3 Lions over the Cardinals. Colts come back and defeat the Texans yesterday. Texans had won 9 straight. Texans had won 9 in a row. For yesterday, lost to the Colts. Colts go to 7-6. They beat them 24-21. Andrew Luck has been a hell of a season. Second league in TD passes. He's been really, really good. He was bad last week. The whole team got shut out last week. And then we're going to get to some of the more marquee games. Some of the games that were, some fantastic finishes. Some big time games. Start with, Oakland Raiders. At the time, 2-10 Oakland Raiders beat the Pittsburgh Steelers yesterday. They knocked the Steelers to 7-5-1. Steelers have now lost 3 games in a row and are reeling. I don't know what is going on. I'm not gonna say I'm shocked because I just never believed in this football team. I won't. Not this current group. I'll never believe in. This team is done for us winning chips. But now you look at them, and that's the division is still kind of there because the Browns are not. The Browns with the Ravens, sure, and the Browns are not out of it. The Ravens hold 7-6, only 1 game back. The Browns are not out of it. They're playing good football as of late. I didn't mention earlier. Browns won the game. I should get the Browns love. They won again yesterday. Baker played really well yesterday. Should get the Browns some credit, but still the nation. I need you to talk to me because it's looking rough. It's looking rough for you guys right now. Looking really rough for the Steelers nation right now. 7-5-1, losers straight. So yesterday. And the Raiders, by the way, fired their GM yesterday. So basically, effectively making Reggie McKenzie their scapegoat. Even though we all know John Gruden is behind all of these moves that they made in the preseason and getting rid of Amari Cooper. And now they're going to make Reggie McKenzie their scapegoat. Because I know Reggie McKenzie is a good, smart football man. He would have wanted to sign Khalil Mack. And I'm sure he didn't want to trade Amari Cooper. So this is all on John Gruden, and they're using Reggie McKenzie as a scapegoat. And I, for one, am not a fan. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Don't like it at all. But the Raiders get a win. Derek Carr played really well yesterday. 300-yard pass, 3 TDs. He looked good. Probably his best game of the season. Steelers are a mess. They're a mess right now. Or a mess. Very moment. Oh man, we had a great game. Oh, they had a wow finish. No. Because I talked to the Browns. The Browns had a good when they beat the Panthers yesterday, who are really as well. They lost 4 straight, maybe 5 straight. I'm not totally sure. I'm thinking at least 4. Browns beat them yesterday 26-20. Baker was good, and the Panthers are just like the Steelers are just in decline. We have no idea what's going on with them. Panthers. Hey, Carolina Panthers fan, where you at? Speak up. What's going on? Steelers fans, Panthers fans, utter chaos. What's happening? And then we had one of the wildest games ever yesterday down in Miami. Patriots were up 33-27 with 7 seconds to go, and all hell broke loose. We're calling this thing the Miami Miracle. Obviously, it was easy. It was easy. There was no thought to coming up to the Miami Miracle, and I'm sure you've seen the play 1,000 times now. Kenyon Drake on the lateral from Devontae Parker scores. Dolphins beat the Patriots again in Miami. Like, this is death, taxes, in Miami, beating the Patriots in Miami this is a thing. This is a thing now. Like they always beat the Patriots in Miami. Like this is a thing now. This is a thing now. This is a thing now. Okay, Miami beating the Patriots at home is not a thing. But the funniest thing about the whole play, I hate laughing at people, but Rob Gronkowski. First of all, I don't even blame Gronk. I blame Bill Belichick because I don't know what Bill Belichick was thinking. There's no way in hell he thought that Ryan Tannehill, from where they were at, could throw a Hail Mary. There's no way. So Gronk should have never been on the field to begin with. So I blame Bill Belichick for that. Gronk shouldn't have been on the field. But it provided me with one of the most funniest things I've seen in sports in a while. It's watching Gronk try to tackle Kenyon Drake. He looked like a baby deer. Did he not look like a baby deer trying to make that tackle? Did he not look like a baby deer? That's the first thing that went through my head. It's like a baby deer because I knew when Kenyon Drake got there, he was like, there's no way in hell Rob Gronkowski is going to tackle Kenyon Drake. So I blame Belichick. And then Gronk, that was just horrible. He would not go to the Hall of Fame as a safety. He was going as one of the greatest tight ends ever. But that was one of the worst attempts at a tackle I've seen in a long time. And I've seen some bad attempts at tackles. That was one of them. That was bad. But the Dolphins do beat the Patriots, which not the Patriots to 9-4. Now they're back. They are now 2 games back of the Kansas City Chiefs, who put out a really good game yesterday over the Ravens in overtime, 27-24. Pat Mahomes, hey man, he is a special football player. He's your MVP of the league. There is no doubt about it. Anybody tell you otherwise, they are lying through their teeth. This guy is the MVP of the league. There's no doubt the MVP. He made some throws yesterday that only 2 guys in the whole league that could probably make. Only a few in the history of the game who can make. He made some tremendous throws. They were tested yesterday. The Ravens played well. I thought Lamar Jackson did some good things with the legs and his arm yesterday. Now he was limited as hell with throwing the ball, but he did some good things in his third start. Now he went 2-1, and the defense here they on against one of the best offenses in the league. Baltimore Ravens, #1 defense in the league. They get that. The Chiefs get the win, and if you look at those 2 games, the Patriots were 7 seconds at that time. They could have been 10-3, and we thought the Chiefs were going to drop to 10-3 as well, and in a split second, Chiefs win a game in overtime they shouldn't have won, and the Patriots lose a game that they should have won. So it's just crazy in the AFC. So the Chiefs lead the conference 11-2. Patriots fall to 9-4, and which is going to be huge to me. The AFC. Nobody wants to go to Foxborough. You get Brady outside of Foxborough in the playoff, he is not good. His record is not good, and the proof is in the pudding. So you got to get Brady away from Foxborough. And I think, like I said, I had the Chargers, and I know I got laughed at early in the season as the AFC representative. And they're coming together nicely. They got some sucky injuries, but now you get Bosa back, and they'll get Melvin going back soon. And that defense is legit, and they can do some things. They're 10-3 as well. I think this AFC is set up crazy. I mean, the Texans are really good, 9-4. Pats, Chiefs, Chargers. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun in the AFC. Moving along, let's move along to the game yesterday that I opened the show with. Cowboys defeated the Eagles 29-23 in overtime. It was a really good game, but the Cowboys played really well. The Eagles didn't play well at all. The Cowboys really probably should have won this game by double field goals going away. They dominated time possession. They dominated yards. And it's only the turnovers that kept the Eagles in this game. We're going to get to turnovers and officiating in just a second. But, the Cowboys, Dak did some good things. He threw for over 400 yards. Zeke was good, over 100-yard rushing, but Amari Cooper. Let's shout out to the Cowboys making that trade. I mean, first round pick. I'm still living a first round pick, but right now it looks to be a great move because he has rewarded them by his play. He was brilliant yesterday. 3 TDs, over 200 yards receiving, and he could just get what he wanted when he wanted. He's just really, really good. He's really boosted this offense. Now they can do some things in the passing game. It opens up the run game. It just opens up everything. It makes everybody else go up a notch. Now, what you got to see is Dak got to keep progression. Got to keep progression because I'm still worried about him. And, I think the Cowboys can win a playoff game. I think they can win a playoff game because they'll be hosting a playoff game against right now they would be the 4th seed. And they played. They would play Seattle, possibly. So, a team of that nature at home, and they could beat Seattle. They could beat the Minnesota. They could beat those teams, no doubt. Not about it. They gotta get better. That gotta be better. That gotta get better. Gotta be better. Has to be better. So we'll see. But I mentioned officiating. Wow. The NFL should be embarrassed. They really should. That was some of the worst officiating throughout the whole league, not just one game. The whole league yesterday. The officiating was horrible. Missed calls, missed reviews, missed challenges, just flat out misses. The first play of the game, Eagles-Cowboys, Cowboys fumble. Clearly the Eagles recover. Clearly it was a fumble. But yet, they get the ball to the Cowboys. That was one of the egregious ones. The pass interference against the Eagles on the touchdown, it was just horrible. And there was countless others. Chiefs and Ravens game had some terrible officiating in it. It was just bad all the way around yesterday. It was just bad. Bad, and the NFL should be ashamed of itself. And they got to do better. The NFL should be ashamed of themselves, and they need to do better. Do better. Simply put, officiating was terrible yesterday. Moving on. Saturday, the Heisman Trophy given out, and it was given to Kyler Murray of the University of Oklahoma. I thought he was deserving. I thought he should have won it. On the season, he was 70% completion, 40 TDs, 7 INTs, 4,000 yards passing. Yeah, Tua Tagovailoa and Dwayne Haskins. Tua 37 TDs, 4 interceptions, 67%, over 3,300 yards passing. Now, people would say that Tua should have easily won this award, and I would say that is bull bleep. That's bull crap. He had a really good season. But I'm going to tell you, December 1st, when he had to play a real team, an elite defensive team with a outstanding secondary, he came up small. Real small. And I said watching the game, and to my people who was there with me, I said Kyler Murray won the Heisman and Tua lost it. Kyler won it, Tua lost it the same day. But I don't care what he did in the record. I don't care because I know he didn't play fourth quarter. I get it. But when it was time on the biggest stage against your biggest opponent, an elite opponent, you failed miserably. You were horrible. There is no other way to say this. He was bad. Really bad. against Georgia. Really bad. 10 of 25. Well up under 50% complete. Only 164 yards. They had one touchdown, but they threw 2 INTs. And if he don't get hurt, we don't know how many more INTs he throw, because there was several times Georgia had chances to get more interceptions that they didn't get. Deflected, ball tipped, didn't make it. I mean, whatever. He was just horrible. I know, Kyler played Texas, and Texas, we think, is not as good defensively as Georgia. So, okay, we get it. But that same day, Kyler Murray, 25 of 34, 379, 3 TDs. To me, that was it. Tua had no moment that stood out and said, okay, yes, this guy, this overwhelmingly should win the Heisman. No, I said, going to that Georgia game, this is where he will win it or lose it. If he had went out and did the numbers he was putting up against everybody else against Georgia, he would have won it. And thanks to all the voters who didn't vote early, I think only 90% of the voters waited to after the conference title game, which is thank you. Thank you. Because if you didn't do that, you would have gave it to Tua. But I want to see, I'm glad they waited, because I want to see the same thing. Because he has tendencies of doing things that he could get away with against lesser opponents that I want to see against a really good opponent, and they got exposed. Now, will he come back inspired? Will he come back amped up to prove that he should have won? Will he come back December 29th in that Cotton Bowl against Oklahoma? I mean the Orange Bowl, I'm sorry. He should be motivated. If he thinks he really believes he's the best player, then he should be motivated. But Kyler Murray deserved win that Heisman Trophy, and I don't think it's I don't get it. That's deserved it. I had that poll question up. Page book, and did vote. They all agree with me that Kyler Murray should have won the Heisman. And it is what it is. We all want to give it. Now, most people want to give it to Tua because he did some great things. But in the biggest game, he came up small. Came up really, really small in the biggest game. Before I get over to the NBA, welcome into the show again. Sentell right here live on YouTube. I'm your host, the sensational Sentell Whiteman. Talking a lot of NFL today. Big games in the NFL. Yesterday, Cowboys over the Eagles. Had the Miami Miracle. Miami defeated New England Patriots. Had the Bears over the Rams last night on a good Sunday night. Not a good Sunday night football game, but teams that had a good record going to the game, but it wasn't a really well played game. Bears win that, but oh yeah. Why I get to that, why I get to that. What I was wanting to talk about consistency of, the Eagles fans last year once they won the Super Bowl, and a lot of them were calling me and texting me and started saying the words dynasty and we're gonna be good forever and all that good stuff that comes with that. And I say, whoa, pump your brakes, because that's not how it works. The Patriots are an exception. They are not the rule, especially in the free agency era of football. The Patriots are the exception. So you look, and this is how it works. I mean, you look at these last 5 or so years playoff teams. The last 5 or so years playoff teams. In the last the Patriots have a 9-year run of making the playoffs. Patriots have a 9-year run making the playoffs. Other than that, in the last 5 years, only 2 teams in the last 5 years have made it at least 4 times. Only one team has made it at least 4 times in the last 5 years. Only one team in the last 5 years has made it 4 times. That's the Steelers. Only 2 teams have made it 3 times in the last 5 years. That would be the Steelers and the Chiefs. So along with the Patriots. So 3 teams. But that just shows you the parity, how tough it is to get to the playoffs, how tough it is to win in the playoffs. So, you know, these dynasties, this is what the Patriots are doing is just special. Won't be done again, not in this era. So, Eagles Super Bowl hangover is real. Plus the injuries, man. They are banged up in the secondary, but they're not the same team. They don't look like the same team. They can't run the ball. Carson Wentz, I don't think it's. They'll see. Moving along to a little NBA, just gonna get the standings out of the way. Because I want to go through these standings because I need to go through these NBA. I need to go through these NBA standings. You know, the East, Toronto Raptors lead the East at 21-7. Kawhi Leonard been great for them. They play really good ball. Up, we the North. Milwaukee is number 2, 17-8. Has been really good. This is a really solid ball club. They have a lot of good players on this team. Malcolm Brogdon, Eric Bledsoe, Chris Middleton. They got a lot of good players on that. At number 3, Philadelphia 76ers. Of course, they acquired Jimmy Butler a few weeks ago. They're 18-9. They're third. At number 4 may surprise you, the Indiana Pacers. 10. And most of that has been without their best player. Oladipo has been in and out of the lineup. Miles Turner's been really good. At 5, another surprise. Most people had this team as the best team in the East, Boston Celtics. And they're starting to play a little bit better. They moved Marcus Smart into the starting lineup. Him as Morris as well. And they've played better as of late. But I thought most people thought that Boston would be a lot better at this point in the season. But we got a long way to go. At 6 is Detroit. At 7 is Charlotte. At number 8, the Orlando Magic. The East on the bottom half is really bad. Like, it's really bad. Once you get past Detroit, it's really bad. Man, Orlando is actually 12-14 and would make the playoffs right now. So the East is really bad on the bottom end. In the Western Conference, the Golden State Warriors are 18-9. Just got Steph back. Draymond is supposed to be back tonight. DeMarcus Cousins has a practice with the G League affiliate. He looks to be close to getting healthy to be back, and then we can all just wrap it up because it'll be over with, kind of over with anyway. But that's okay. At number 2, OKC. Paul George has played good ball. At number 3, Denver Nuggets. Like this roster, got a lot of depth to it. Got a lot of good pieces. And Jamal Murray been in and out, so they can get him healthy and stay healthy. They can make some noise. At number 4, the Clippers, who Tobias Harris has been really well for them at an all-star level. Doc Rivers still coaching the team, so Clippers at 4. At 5, the Lakers. At 10. One right now had 9 losses. The 5 and 6 has 10. So it's just a one game separation, 1.5 game separation between those spots. Lakers, it's interesting because Ingram been out the last few games. They put in Josh Hart at the starting lineup at guard, and they played better as of late with that lineup. Be interesting to see once Brandon get back, they do with him. Also in the news, Lakers are trying to acquire Trevor Ariza from the Suns. I think that would help. A good versatile defender who can shoot. At 6 is Memphis. At 7 is Portland, and at 8, the Dallas Mavericks. Surprises. Houston Rockets currently not in the playoffs right now. 11-14. They have lost all of their mojo. Whatever mojo they had last year, the year before, it is gone. It's gone. Whatever the magic they had, it's gone. It's gone. They're not currently. Utah Jazz, who made the playoff last year, not in the playoff. San Antonio was not in. Minnesota, who made it last year. New Orleans, who made it last year. I mean, this West is upside down, but it's a long way to go. A lot of these teams just kind of jumbled up. All the team that's really out of it is the Phoenix Suns. They're 4-22. They're the worst in the league by 4. Those are your standings. Go through the AP top 10 in college basketball real quick, and then hopefully get some phone calls, some comments on this Overreaction Monday. And then if not, I'll be out and I'll be back again. I'll let you know when I be. AP top 10 in college basketball. Kansas is back at number 1. The Duke Blue Devils check in at number 2. The Tennessee Volunteers. That's right, I said the Tennessee Volunteers. Basketball. The Tennessee Volunteers number 3 in the country. They just beat Gonzaga yesterday, so they're number 3 in the country, followed by Gonzaga. Michigan checks in at number 5. Virginia is number 6. Number 7 is Nevada. Number 8 is Auburn. Number 9 is Michigan State. And at number 10, Florida State Seminoles basketball. Top 10 AP, top 10. Recruiting news, a little bit of recruiting news in college football. Play well. Number 1 center, 5-star prospect, offensive lineman, commits to Georgia over Clemson and Alabama. So they get another good player. And they added Nolan Smith, the number 1 overall player, earlier in the day. He commits to Georgia too. So good day for the Georgia Bulldogs in recruiting. There it is. If you want to get in, 864-378-5943, Overreaction Monday. Hey, if you want to comment, call 864-378-5943. Open phone lines, open to you guys. I'm done talking for the most part. Let you guys carry the show the rest of the way. If not, I will exit the stage left. I will get out of here and I'll start probably back Friday. Start doing Friday shows. High school football is over. I can start doing some Friday shows, early Friday shows. I know people want to go out on Friday night and do their thing, so do early Friday shows now that high school football is done. But if you want to get in, the number is down the screen. You know who I am, the sensational Sentell Wyden. We've talked a lot of NFL today. Clearly, we are in the stretch run of the NFL season. NBA is going on. College basketball is just really getting started. But we'll turn our attention more toward the basketball as we get further into this calendar. But right now it is football. NFL is king right now at this very moment. Let's see. What else? I can talk about lots of stuff. Not gonna get to the Kareem Hunt situation. No. Do that at all. Not even a little bit. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I refuse to do it. I refuse to do it. Not gonna do it. A few more minutes. Wait on some phone calls. What are your thoughts on the Cowboys win over Philadelphia yesterday? Patriots lose to the Dolphins. Saints hang on, beat the Buccaneers. Steelers 3 straight losses. They lose to the Raiders yesterday. Bears over the Rams last night. We got a good Monday night game tonight. We got Seattle hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Russell Wilson's been really good. Panthers are struggling. Lose to the Browns yesterday. They are flailing and falling down. They can't get up. The Chiefs pull out an overtime win against the Ravens yesterday. They are now 11-2. Pat Mahomes has a stranglehold on the MVP race right now as it stands. There's your rundown of what we talked about on tonight's show. You know what it is. Sentell's in there. You know what this is. The hottest sports podcast in the South. The best damn sports podcast. Period. Let me be everybody happy holidays. In the holiday season, in the holiday spirit. Got some winter weather over the weekend. Congratulations. Hopefully it all will be gone by tomorrow so you guys can proceed with your normal life and getting back and forth to work. Kids can go back to school. We have no such problem here because there was nothing here. We have no such problems. None. 0 problems. Had a lot of clear snow. Clear snow. Okay. All right. Well, don't look like we're gonna get any phone calls. in the comments. But regardless, still want to appreciate everybody for watching and tuning in. If you stayed with me the whole program, shout out to you. You are a trooper. You are a trooper. Other guys for watching this whole show. I always want to thank you guys for watching, and when you do watch, I appreciate it. I don't care how many people watch. I appreciate it, and I'll always be back here doing this regardless. This is what I love to do. We're going to talk sports, and sometimes it's going to be like this, and sometimes it won't be like this, so we just go back and forth. But if you're watching, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe to the channel, so therefore you never miss the show when it goes live, and you never miss me, the baddest man in the sports podcast industry, Sentell Wideman, the host of the best damn sports podcast, period, Sentell, right here live on YouTube. I will be back on Friday, and we'll preview the NFL's biggest games of the weekend and a whole lot more. And I'll have a sucker of the week as well, so you can look forward to that. I'll be back Friday. I'll tell you what time, maybe 5 or 6, but I'll give you a definite time. You will know. You know what this has been. I will see you guys Friday. I am out.
Do you feel the vibe?